Despite some rumors, most of Great Falls Public Schools will return to in-person learning this coming Monday. That's November 30th. The only exception is East Middle School. Students and staff there will not return to the classroom until Wednesday, December 2nd. An exception was made for East to allow staff and students to meet with grief counselors following recent tragedies. There will be no remote learning expectation on Monday or Tuesday, but for the rest of the district, classes will return in person starting next week. The school district says after looking at the data, it appears the majority of students and staff who were in isolation or quarantine will be able to return to school by Monday. Superintendent Tom Moore says this may not be the last time they shift to remote learning, but if it happens again, you'll get plenty of warning.
We were able to this last time give folks about a week's notice. With some of the school closures that we had to do at Great Falls High, CMR, and Whittier, we had to close those without a lot of notice and shift to temporary remote learning for 1 or 2 days. Those were unique situations. Hopefully we're going to have enough advance warning.
Moore says on Monday, 95% of staff and the majority of students will be back in the classroom. Well, today, the Office of Public Instruction released fall enrollment numbers. They saw a drop in public elementary school enrollment and an increase in public high school enrollment. OPI is still working with local school administrators to analyze this data and determine what, if any, impact COVID-19 has had on student enrollment. Tonight, we're learning more about the toll of the coronavirus pandemic on teachers here in Montana. The president of the state's largest union tells us a second teacher in Montana has died from the virus. Now, the news comes just a few days after family members of Ken Maddox, a teacher and coach in Great Falls Public Schools, said he also died from the virus. After those deaths, the Montana Federation of Public Employees is urging school districts to take greater steps to protect teachers. In a statement, the state's largest union said schools shouldn't be operating in person while restaurants and bars are worsening community spread. It's still unclear how remote learning is affecting the education of students nationwide. Today, the federal government also postponed its national assessment of educational progress because of the pandemic. Union leaders here in Montana say although the situation is different for each school district, administrators should be doing the most they can to curb the spread of the virus.
We now have lost 2 MFPE members who work in public school classrooms, and those deaths were both preventable. There is no excuse for any Montanan to walk around without a mask or to be going out when they don't need to. It's up to all of us to keep each other from dying from this virus.
Curtis said she couldn't give more information about the death of the other teacher because of health privacy laws.